things every fashion aspirant needs are a creative mind and a sharp eye for detail. And Nift knows exactly how to test both in real time through the Nift Situation Test. The Nift entrance exam is conducted in 2 stages. Stage 1 includes 2 parts, the CAT Creative Ability Test and GAT General Ability Test. If you clear this stage and you qualify for stage 2, the Situation Test, a hands-on design challenge that can literally make or break your Nift dream. In this video, we are going to talk all about the Nift Situation Test, what to expect, what to carry, how it's going to be evaluated, and most importantly, tips that will help you perform better. Hi everyone, I'm Nanda, faculty at THiNC Institute of Design, and let's get started. As you get ready for Nift Situation Test, it's important to understand what it's all about and what Nift really expects from you in this round. The Situation Test is where Nift evaluates how you think, plan and create like a designer, not just on paper but with real materials in real-time setting. The Situation Test is designed to check how well you can respond to a design brief under time pressure. It tests your ability to understand a brief, think creatively, and turn your ideas into a 3D model using limited materials. You'll also need to explain your concept clearly through a written explanation. What Nift is really looking for is how you approach a problem, how you handle materials, how well you plan and execute, and how efficiently you express your idea both visually and verbally. Now let's break down what exactly happens in the test and what you can expect and how to prepare for it. In the Nift Situation Test, you will be given a design brief along with 10 to 15 materials like cardboard, corrugated sheets, OHP sheets, chart paper, thermocols, aluminum foils, threads, straws, matchsticks, ice cream sticks, anything. And the design brief is very important here, because it tells you exactly what problem or idea you need to focus on. Within a 2-hour time limit, you'll need to create a 3D model and submit a write-up explaining your design, why you made certain choices, how your model fits the brief. So this test is designed to evaluate your creativity, your spatial awareness, material handling, the problem-solving skills, all in real time. The Situation Test carries 20% weightage in the final Nift selection process, while the CAT and the GAT parts carry 50% and 30% respectively. Now, even though the weightage seems lower, your performance in the Situation Test is crucial. Because after stage 1, Nift only reveals whether you've been shortlisted or not. They don't disclose your actual marks. So if you didn't score very high in stage 1, a strong performance in stage 2 could significantly boost your rank. At THiNC Institute, over 585 plus of our students were shortlisted for the Situation Test this year alone. So if you are planning to try again next year, our dedicated repeater program is designed to help you strengthen every area from sketching, concept development to English, logical reasoning and general knowledge for GAT part, and of course hands-on model making for the Situation Test. We'll guide you step by step so you walk into the next Nift attempt confidently, skilled and fully prepared. For more details about repeater batches, you can contact us in 8086 111 216 or 8086 111 044. For the Situation Test, you'll typically be given 3 different question options and you will have to choose one to work on. So here are 7 types of questions that are commonly asked. One is a product design question. It could be an accessory design question. It could be abstract sculpture, space design, window display, or trophies and mementos. It could be toys or puppets. So your task is to interpret the brief and bring it to life as a 3D model using the provided materials. Now here are 2 effective ways to decide which question to pick. First, relate the given questions to the materials you've been provided. For instance, if you see materials like OHP sheets and cardboards, it might make sense to pick a display unit question where OHP sheets can represent glass panels. Or take the example of a previous year's question where students had to design footwear for a Met Gala celebrity. So here the OHP sheets could be used creatively as glass heels. So look at the materials first and ask yourself which brief allows me to make the best out of the materials provided. Second is choose a question you're confident in. Pick something you've practiced before. So it could be a theme where your hands-on skills that can really shine. So take a moment to visualize the final model and mentally plan how you'd use each material effectively. This ensures that you don't waste time or resources during the execution. At THiNC Institute, we train you in smart, effective material handling techniques and also give you practice on commonly asked question types. You learn how to approach different design briefs, to plan with clarity and build neat, creative 3D models within the time limit. If you've already been shortlisted, our situation test batches will give you the hands-on training you need to confidently face the Nift Situation Test. For more details, you can contact us in 8086 111 216 or 8086 111 044. Let's look at a few ideas on how to handle the materials given to you in the situation test. Just like how you brainstorm for the drawing section or the creative ability test in the phase 1, your first step here should be to visually plan your design. For example, if you're working on a stage design question, you can sketch out a basic layout first and then decide where the ramps will go, where the audience will be seated, how the overall setup will look like. So once you've mapped that out, now identify the materials you'll use for the main structure and then build on it by adding details using the smaller items like ping pong balls, toothpicks, buttons, and similar elements. So when you receive a material, you can take a moment to observe each item carefully. You can consider its shape, the texture, the color, and you can think about creative ways how you can repurpose in unexpected ways. For example, a sponge could become seating blocks or texture for a display. Ribbons could act as pathways or structural elements depending on your concept. So your color usage is also very important in the situation test. While you may be given the colored paper, don't forget the natural colors of the materials themselves. Like you can use the brown of the cardboard, you can use silver foil, you can use fabric textures, you can use ribbons, feathers, and more. So using these creatively can add visual contrast, depth, and emphasis to your model, making it stand out. You will get 2 hours to complete your situation test, and how you manage that time can make a big difference in your final output. You should set aside at least 15 minutes at the end for your write-up. This part is often underestimated but carries significant importance. So your write-up should clearly explain your concept, your material usage, and design thinking. So you should address why you chose specific colors, what they signify, how your model conveys a particular theme or emotion, and what purpose or function your design serves. So before you start building, take 5 to 10 minutes to brainstorm and sketch out your plan. Visualize the final model, assign materials for different elements, and think through your structure. So this early planning phase ensures that you're not making last-minute decisions, which can waste both time and material. And that will leave you with about 1 hour and 35 to 40 minutes for your model making. So within this time, your focus should be on building a clean model and well-finished model. Don't go for something very complex. Neatness and aesthetics are equally important for Nift. So even a simple model can score well if you do it thoroughly and execute it well and make it visually appealing. So pay attention to properties like proportions, symmetry, color balance, and finishing touches, as these will reflect your attention to detail. At THiNC Institute, how we prepare our students is through realistic mock tests that stimulate the actual Nift situation test environment. So in this 2 hours, you should pick a question, come up with the 3D model and write up. So after each mock, our faculty will review your work, provide detailed feedback and guide you on how to improve your concept, the execution and presentation. So within just 1 or 2 mock tests, you'll start noticing improvement not only in the time management but also in how quickly and confidently you develop ideas. Remember, your time is not just for completing the task, but for communicating your design clearly and creatively, both through the model and the write-up. Let's talk about how your work is evaluated in the Nift situation test. The first and the most important criterion is their overall composition. This includes how effectively you visualize the space and arranged all the elements of your model. The evaluators will look for a sense of proportion, balance, and spatial planning. So whether it's a product, a display, or an abstract design, it's your ability to compose a visually appealing 3D form that will be judged. The second criteria is material utilization. It's not just about using all the materials, but also about how thoughtfully and creatively you use them. Each material has certain properties like the reflective surface of silver foil, the stiffness of cardboard, or the flexibility of fabric. For example, if you use the silver foil for its shine or crumble to create a texture, so such smart and purposeful material use shows both your creativity and problem-solving ability. The third aspect is your color composition. Evaluators look at how appealing your color choices are, whether there is a clear sense of color scheme like complementary, analogous, or contrasting colors. So it's not just about using bright colors, but how well the colors support your concept and enhance the overall model. Scoring well isn't just about building something big or detailed. It's about communicating a clear idea through a well-executed and visually strong model. A common question students have is, what materials should I take for the situation test? The answer is, you don't need to carry any model making material. You will be provided with 10 to 15 materials at the test center and you are expected to create your model using only those. What you can carry are tools and basic stationery items such as blue or black ball pen, pencils, sharpeners, erasers, fevicol, paper cutters, scissors, scale, ruler, sellotape, double-sided tape, etc. So all these have to be carried in a transparent pouch. Additionally, you should carry a printout of your admit card, 2 passport-size photographs, and a valid original ID proof. You're also allowed to bring a transparent water bottle and all other instructions will be provided on your admit card. Hope you found these tips helpful for your Nift situation test. So if you have any other questions or doubts, you can feel free to leave them below in the comments. And if you weren't able to get shortlisted this year, don't worry, we offer dedicated repeater programs to help you crack Nift next year with confidence. For admissions and all details regarding our courses, you can contact us in 8086 111 216 or 8086 111 044. So thanks for watching and see you all in the next video.